So, I've been diving deep into testing the brand new iPhone 16 Pro Max, and let me tell you, there are some big questions swirling around in my mind. First off, does that giant screen make the phone a must-have, or is it just a little too unwieldy? And what about the new camera control feature? Does it genuinely change the game, or is it just another gimmick in Apple's long line of features? Then there's the intriguing Apple Intelligence. How well does it really work in everyday scenarios? And let's not forget about battery life. If this is touted as the best battery ever on an iPhone, how long does it actually last in real-world usage? After putting this flagship phone through its paces for several days, I can definitely say it's a handful. Some of the Apple Intelligence features I got to play around with in the beta version that's launching next month are looking promising, and even more AI capabilities are on the horizon. But honestly, the battery life on the iPhone 16 Pro Max is absolutely insane. And as for the cameras, well, they're predictably stellar, living up to Apple's reputation for quality. All in all, it's clear this phone is one of the best options you can buy today. However, it's also important to note that Apple has some catching up to do in the AI department, and when it comes to design, there hasn't been much change, just some slightly slimmer bezels. I've been a Pro Max user since the iPhone 11 Pro Max, so I've grown attached to this form factor. But after testing the new iPhones, I find myself a bit torn about the iPhone 16 Pro Max. It's rocking the largest display ever on an iPhone at a jaw-dropping 6.9 inches. Sure, those thinner bezels help it feel a bit more manageable, but let's be real, it's still taller, wider, and heavier than the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I thought the previous model was just about perfect in terms of size and weight, so this shift is a little unsettling for me. Now, I know this might stir up some debate, but I genuinely think the new Pro Max is a bit too big, at least for my hands. Simple tasks like scrolling through web pages or checking out TikTok feel like a workout now. And once you put a case on it, it transforms into what feels like a mini tank. On the bright side, the Pro Max is built to withstand a good amount of wear and tear. With a titanium band and an improved ceramic shield display that Apple claims is 50% tougher than its predecessor, this phone is designed to endure. We can't exactly drop these models, but on paper, it certainly sounds promising. Now, before moving forward, let's talk about today's sponsor. Unless you've been completely out of touch, you've likely come across Casetify. Their presence on social media is hard to miss, especially with numerous celebrities flaunting their cases. It's understandable, given the fantastic variety of prints and designs available. Who wouldn't want one? However, what's the use of a stylish iPhone case if it doesn't provide any protection? These ultra bounce cases come with shock-absorbing bumpers that can protect your phone from drops up to 32.8 feet, basically the height of a fully grown T-Rex. Plus, the bumpers now stretch across the top of the phone, which is a cool functional upgrade from last year's design. Inside, it's got a new Tech-Lock design to absorb shock and boost durability. It even includes a lens protector, so your camera stays scratch-free. My box also included a complete set of accessories, a bounce carabiner, and that stylish utility strap. You know I love to accessorize, so here are some of my favorite ways to style them. First up is the Ultra Utility Strap. Each end has clips, so I can attach them and wear it crossbody. If I want to switch it up, I can detach one side and loop it for a wristlet, perfect for those moments when I really can't risk dropping my phone. And with the bounce carabiner, I can easily clip it onto my pants. The styling possibilities are endless. Now the iPhone 16 is live, so you can check out their entire iPhone 16 lineup. So, go to my description box and click the link. It's www.casetify.com/demonstech to get 15% off your order today. So, coming back to topic. As for the display itself, the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max don't get any significant upgrades in terms of brightness or refresh rate, but they're still among the top-tier OLED panels available. The one main difference to note is that these screens can now scale down to a minimum of 1 nit. This is a fantastic feature for late-night scrolling, as it means you can use your phone in bed without disturbing anyone else in the room. However, if you're planning to use it outdoors in bright sunlight, you might find that the display doesn't shine quite as brightly as the Pixel 9 Pro. It has to be said that phone seems to edge out the iPhone in terms of outdoor visibility. Now let's dive into one of the most exciting design changes, the new camera control button. This handy little addition is located on the right side of the phone and uses haptic feedback to give you a satisfying tactile response. With this button, you can launch straight into the camera, so no more fumbling around for the on-screen shortcut. You can even use the action button for another shortcut, which is a clever touch that makes multitasking a breeze. So, what can you actually do with this camera control feature? Quite a lot, actually. A quick press snaps a photo, while a long press starts recording a video. However, here's a quirk I'm not thrilled about. The video recording stops the moment you take your finger off the button. You can also slide your finger across the button to zoom in and out, which feels pretty smooth and intuitive. That said, double pressing to access a submenu for additional options can be a bit tricky. It takes some practice to get the hang of it. I wouldn't recommend trying to take macro shots with the camera control, as it can shake the camera when you get too close to your subject. Speaking of the camera itself, the iPhone 16 Pro Max boasts some impressive upgrades. The new 48-megapixel Fusion camera for the main shooter is designed to read data faster, which means you should experience zero shutter lag and quicker focus times. Additionally, the ultra-wide camera has made a huge leap from 12 megapixel to a hopping 48 megapixel. I took a stunning shot of a reservoir featuring vibrant echinacea flowers in the foreground against a bright blue sky. While the Galaxy S24 Ultra might deliver more vibrant colors, the iPhone offers a more realistic color palette, which I appreciate. Now, let's shift gears and talk about Apple Intelligence, Apple's take on artificial intelligence. It's crafted to be more secure and helpful than what you might find from Samsung or Google. However, right now, it feels more like a teaser since it's currently in developer beta and won't be rolling out to the general public until October. Some of the cooler features, like visual intelligence and ChatGPT integration, won't even be available right away. But Apple is working hard on this, and it developed a new infrastructure called Private Cloud Compute, which aims to create a secure, encrypted connection for data handling that even Apple can't access. It's a promising concept, but we'll have to wait and see how it performs in the real world once it's fully launched. Now, let's peek under the hood. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is powered by the new i18 Pro chipset, which is built on a refined 3nm process and comes equipped with a 6-core GPU. Apple claims that the improved thermals will give you at least 20% better sustained performance. This is definitely a welcome upgrade from last year's models, which struggled a bit with heat management. It's clear that Apple is eyeing the gaming market, especially with console-grade games starting to make their way to iOS. With improved cooling, this could make a big difference in performance. Plus, there's support for Wi-Fi 7, allowing for faster and more stable data transfers. Just keep in mind that you'll need a Wi-Fi 7 compatible router to make the most of this new feature. So, what's the bottom line? The iPhone 16 Pro Max is a solid smartphone, no question there. However, let's be honest, it feels a bit like a boring upgrade. There's nothing groundbreaking or mind-blowing here. With so many AI platforms saturating the market, Apple Intelligence might not generate as much buzz as some had hoped. You might find yourself asking, can I just stick with the iPhone 15 Pro Max? And honestly, that's a fair point. The new camera isn't necessarily better, just a little different, and many of the AI features will be available on the 15 Pro Max as well. You will miss out on the camera control button and some of the new photographic styles, but in general, the iPhone 15 Pro Max is looking increasingly tempting right now. That said, since iPhones typically enjoy around 5 years of software support, it's realistic to assume that many people will be looking to upgrade from older models like the iPhone 11, 12, or 13 series. For those users, the jump to the iPhone 16 Pro Max will definitely feel significant and worth it. So, what do you all think about this latest offering from Apple? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to drop a comment down below. And for more updates and insights, don't forget to check out our channel. I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care until then.